Hello. Hello, chat. Welcome, guys. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. I hope we are all having a splendid weekend. Well, I hope we all had a good weekend. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well today. Hey, Real. Hope you're doing good. Welcome in. Just fix this. I really need to fix it properly, so I don't have to do this every stream. There we go. Hey, Maria. Hey, Fire. Hope you're doing well today, guys. Lazy Sunday? Oh, that's the best types of Sunday, isn't it? Welcome in, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. I've decided we're going to beat the whole of mortal sin without expert tools to prove a point. It's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Always wondered, are you green because you're full of Stalker Gamma? No. No, it's as simple as green is my favorite color. As simple as that. I was green before I played Gamma, so just coincidence. Pure coincidence. But yeah, anyway. We got the sarcophagus done yesterday. We did the Living Legend questline. That was splendid. That was great. Don't know why my game is taking so long to load. It's probably because I got so many saves. I would imagine. I don't think to be honest, I don't think I've ever cleaned out my save file, my save folder for Gamma. Like, I just have like hundreds, if not 1,000 saves. Probably not 1,000, but definitely hundreds of saves. Or maybe like 100 saved, maybe. maybe not hundreds, but yeah, a lot of saves. But yeah. Anyway, where were we? We just got the Living Legend done. Let me consolidate. Let me consolidate my items, shall we? Because I think we probably have some new guns that we could use. I would imagine. You can keep the RPG. I'm not going to use it. Keep that, and then yeah. Keep your save files clean and get rid of the extras you don't need. That's a good thing. That's what you should be doing, because yeah, there is having too many save files does actually slow your game down when loading. So it is a good thing to routinely clean your save files. That is a good idea. But I'm just too lazy. I want to use the fish, man. The fish gun is actually extremely based. Can even take a grenade launcher. I think we become fish pilled. Do we have another sniper that's repaired? I don't think so. No. No. What a shame. Oh well, we'll use the fish gun for now, I guess. Should be more than suffice. Purple, yellow. Yeah, yellow. This part. But yeah, welcome guys. Fish gun looks bad. I don't know. I'm kind of partial on the fish gun. I think it looks fine. I don't have anything against its looks really. I mean, it looks like a fish, so. But I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Don't really mind it necessarily. Got a ton of AP rounds for it though. Definitely need to craft more ammo for it, for sure. A bit low. A bit low on ammo. Didn't I get the British sniper rifle? I did, but it's expert tools. This one, the AWSM. It's expert tools, and the barrel isn't fixed, so I can't use it. It's going to do less damage. Unfortunately, I would love to use it because we do have a ton of Lapua. That's the thing. Like, I have 47 rounds of Lapua. I can't remember where I got it from, but I do have it. So, yeah, can't use it unfortunately. Love the F2000. Wish it had a grenade launcher. It does. You can slap a grenade launcher onto it. In fact, I even have one. That's why it's so great. What is that huge sniper? Which one? This one? Oh. Just the long gun. Chuck a glow stick down. Yeah, the Cayman. It's a long ass gun. Oh, damn it. Stop doing that. There you go. You can see how long the shadow is. Yeah, pretty big.
Ah, привет.
You want it? It's a pretty funny gun to use, to be fair. Pretty funny. Don't have army rifle repair kit, do I? No. Or weapon cleaning kit. I'll be fine for now. Make sure I got some grenade launcher rounds. Since I got a grenade launcher. I'll take 5. Plenty of MP9 rounds, that's always good. Do we need more? Do need more 5.56 though. It ain't one-shotting ISG Nozorog, it's trash though. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all the stuff we had. Can't really repair anything else without expert tools. Which is fine, I guess. I'm quite happy with the stuff we already have. Nothing wrong with it. So, sleep, shall we? And then put the Mortal Sin quest line to start. It's already started. There we go. Let's see. I have to go. Yeah, I have to go talk to this guy. Say hello. It's been so long since I've done the Mortal Sin questline. It's you, right? You're the guy. Yeah. There we go. But yeah, it's been so long since I've done the Mortal Sin questline. I honestly can't remember the steps too much. But, yeah. Yeah. Done that. Sin, yep. Red Forester. Ugh. Yeah, I forgot about that. We're gonna have to go to Red Forest. Damn, we have a lot of money. I just realized. Are we friendly with any NATO traders? Clear Sky? Freedom? Wait, what? Oh no, I thought that was Freedom for a second. I mean, when we got max rep with Clear Sky, but the issue is, I don't want to have to go all the way to Great Swamps just to buy some ammo. And that's the only Clear Sky trader in the whole game, right? Pretty sure there's no other Clear Sky trader. Pretty sure. So I'm not going to do that. Navigator in the bar will take you there. No, he takes... Well, yeah, he takes you to Great Swamps, but he drops you off up here. You literally get dropped off in the furthest away location from the Great Swamps. Which is a pain in the ass to cover the whole of the Great Swamps. So it's just not worth it. I'm just gonna buy... I'll just buy some other ammo and craft it into... Craft into the stuff we need. That'll be easier. Craft, or buy 545, I guess. Clear Sky sucks. Clear Sky does kind of suck, to be honest. Clear Sky have a really bad base location. It's one of the worst bases in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, it's definitely quicker to go through Cordon to get to the Clear Sky base, I think. Definitely. Oh, got a bit of ammo at least. Yeah, we need to go to Sea Forester now, right? In Red Forest. Over here. Go through Army Warehouse.
Все за мной.
If you really want to min-max your ammo, crafting buy that HP rounds the Butcher for FMJs. Is it actually cheaper that way? I haven't, well, I've never worked it out. Is it cheaper to buy the HP ammo from Butcher than FMJ from Trader? It is? Okay, man. I had my hand off my keyboard. My mouse, sorry. I thought I was... God damn it. I thought I ran around that one. No. Oh, unlucky, I guess. Try that again, shall we? Just pretend nothing happened. It was all a dream. Let's go, let's go this way around this time, shall we? Avoid the death trap. Dude, how many anomalies are here? Still hit it anyway. Can barely see it. Sound of my helmet breaking, nice. Splendid. Okay, there we go. And that was the death trap, man. Take one step outside the base, just instantly get annihilated by everything. Oh well. Oh well. Is it meant to get hotter or colder? It was really warm 2 days ago. It's meant to get warmer again. God damn it. Man, I don't like the warmth. The warmth is too hot. I'd rather it be cold. And then I can just, you know, put on warm clothes. Am I going to make updated guides on Gamma that were super useful for your older runs? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, when I start making videos again, I kind of plan on moving on to Stalker 2 primarily. I don't know if it's worth my time remaking my old guides. Unfortunately. Because the thing is, and like I know this is a bad excuse, but the thing is that all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna remake my guides and then they're gonna update Gamma again and I'm gonna have to remake them again, right? And I don't really feel like remaking the same videos over and over again. I've already remade every single tier list. Well, every single weapon tier list I've already remade once. And they're already outdated again. So hard to see anomalies with MVGs, yeah. Waits for me to make my guides, then updates the mod pack. Nah, but it does feel like it sometimes, but especially with the latest update, like, you know, I've had quite a few people saying that my latest weapon tier lists are outdated when most of the weapons are the same. It's just they changed the names. There was an update to Gamma like a couple months ago which just changed the names of a lot of the guns in the game. So the gun is like exactly the same as before the update, it just has a different name, which kind of screws things over, right? Oh my god, dude, the last death command was last updated a year and 2 months ago. Yeah. I think it's... Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I haven't died for a year. Maybe. Rosa Storm used to be Dolga, yeah. And the M4 Protector used to be the M4 Tactical, I think. I don't know, like, a lot of the guns had their names changed. And it kind of just messed up everything when it came to my guides. And I'm not doing it. Every time they change the name, I'm not updating my guide. That's just too much effort. I like to think that a lot of my older videos hold true, though. I mean, some, you know, some videos, like the artifact video, is obviously going to be outdated. But, I feel like the majority of the videos are kind of true, still, or they hold true. Go to Red Forest. Oh boy. Can't wait for what wonders await me in the forest that is red. My companions have already found Sin members. I'm gonna just leave them. Screw that. But, yeah. Not sure, man. Not sure. I have, I kind of have other things to think of at the moment, rather than making videos. And, unfortunately, I can't even promise that I come back to making videos once I'm all done and finished. You know, it's kind of like a who knows what's going to happen in the future type of point. I would like to start making videos again, obviously. It is, you know, it's in my interest to make videos, but, you know, I can't make any promises. Kidding me? Did my gun just jam? Thank God we have so much ammo. There we go. Oh. Got a pseudo-giant hide from that. 6 rupture, 6 ballistic. That is pretty damn good, to be honest. Better than this. Oh, well, we can only use 1 pelts, can't we? So I'd have to replace the lurker hide, which I'll keep for the minute. But, you know, that hide is pretty damn good, to be fair. This gun has also seen better days. Why do I have the base knife? Probably because I haven't bought a better one yet. Yeah, I probably would have got a better quality pelt if I got a better knife. I don't know, you gotta remind me when I'm back at a base or something. Trust me, you're lucky I even have... You're lucky I even have night vision. I normally always forget to craft night vision. I'll speak of the devil. That was perfect timing. Do I not have a suppressor for this gun? Probably find one, to be honest. I never know the best place to attack this compound. Well, these rocks are like really slippery. Oh, nice. Run around with night vision on, even with low brightness. I can't see much with them in the day. I mean, it's not really daytime, is it? No, it's like, it's early morning. I'll turn them off when it gets too bright. But, I don't know, it's still early in the morning, so there's not much light. Okay. Dude, there's so many people in Red Forest. You can hear all the shooting. Don't worry, someone's gonna sneak up behind me. Anyone over here? Companions think so. Isn't there a guy who died over here? Man, I hate Red Forest. Red Forest is always on edge when in here. -12, interesting. I can't use it, but it exists at least, I guess. We open this. I have any? I do have lockpicks on me. I have enough? I do. Oh my god. Jeez, man. Calm down. That hurt. Man. I hate this stupid Sin Psy shield. I think it's so silly. Oh yes, let's just give a faction a magical shield to distinguish them from Monolith. Gun did this guy have? SVD. That's probably why it hurt. Is there any way to just heal my head? I swear there was a medicine that does that. Maybe I don't have it. Psy shields are stupid. Yeah, it's just silly. Like, yeah, it's just silly. I don't think they should have such a ability. Like, give them an actual unique, like, defining feature. Because, I mean, because, you know, Sin is literally just Monolith with the funny shields. That's all they are. I mean, to be fair, they are friends with mutants nowadays. I think that was a recent change. But, I don't know. It just reminds me of, ISG teleport when that was a thing. Thank God that's gone. There's loners here. Yeah, that's the other thing. Sin don't have good loot as well. You know, the loot that you get on Sin are like, it's worse than Monolith loot, which is kind of just weird because, like, you know, Sin is harder to kill than Monolith. Body bodies. But yeah. The other thing is, well, you know what? I think, what they should do is increase the spawn chance of artifacts on Sin members. Oh. Yikes. Sin can drop artifacts. Yeah, but even then it's like a low chance of artifacts. Increase the chance that they drop artifacts. You know, make it quite common that Sin members have artifacts. Because then, you know, then it will actually kind of feel worth it to kill, you know, loot Sin members. It doesn't just feel like a waste of bullets. But, yeah. SR3M is kind of pog. I do like the SR3M. It is a pretty good gun. But I'm mainly just looking for things with good barrels at the moment. Turn off MVGs. There you go. You happy now? You must see everything. When am I getting a thermal night vision? I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that. Thermal vision goggles. I still don't know why this like crosshair is appearing when I hover over a body. I've no idea why it happens. No idea. It is a mod, but it's kind of OP, I can imagine. I mean, what does it look like? Can I search up? Because I feel like a decent way to patch it, or no, well, a decent way to balance it would be making the uh-oh. It's just a bandit. No, I'm not sure. But I think a fair way to balance it would make the thermals like really low quality. Are you kidding me, man? I'm just trying to chill by the fire. So rude. But yeah, if you make the thermals like really low quality, yeah, like maybe not lower the FPS. Maybe not lower the FPS, because I can tell you now that low FPS makes the game look horrible or feel horrible to play. But if you lower the resolution, right? Like make everything kind of blurry. I feel like that would be yeah, lowering FPS is not fun to play with. But if you lower the resolution and kind of, you know, maybe put a blurry filter over the screen, so that like when you're using the thermal goggles, you can, you know, you can make out heat signatures, but they're quite blurry, right? But yeah, lowering the FPS. Yeah. Lowering the FPS would not be fun. I'm being harassed in here, by the way. Stupid bandits. Yeah. Make them expensive to craft, make them, you know, expensive to upkeep, maybe. I don't know. How many? Why are there so many bandits here? What the hell? So many of them. Send their whole base after me. The bandits I hate the most are the bandits in Army Warehouse. I don't know if it's just my luck, but I always manage to run into a bandit wearing an exoskeleton in Army Warehouse. Every single time I go there, there's always one bandit just chilling there in an exoskeleton. I don't know why, it's just always there. No, bandits in an exo. Bandits have an exoskeleton, don't they? I swear there's a designated bandit. Yeah, here we go. This one. Stolen exo. I guess it's not quite theirs. Yeah, Monolith in Army Warehouse is also kind of scary, but I don't see them too much. Luckily. Yeah, like 90% of the bandit gear is stolen, right? Stolen exoskeleton, looted exosuit, right? Looted Scat 9. Like all of the high tier bandit gear is all stolen. Fenced, you know, fenced suit. looted. They just steal everything. Deserters. Bandit armor is generally bad, yes. Bandit armor is typically worse than the other counterparts. Like, the bandit exoskeleton is one of the worst exos in the game. Which makes sense because, you know, it's a stolen exoskeleton. That's probably been hastily patched together by bandits who don't know what they're doing. So it makes sense that they get the worst stuff. There we go. Looted exosuit. I'm gonna open these ammo crates. Do need the ammo. Where do you have a sphere helmet? Another Sin member? Really? Oh, are they behind the wall there? I think they may be behind the wall. Another exosuit. We can open the ammo container. Yeah, shotgun rounds. Yeah, it's good though. This gun's pretty strong if I remember. Sights aren't the best. Hey Wasp. Hello Wasp, hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, I'm muted. Oops. It's been a good day of sleep. Yeah, well that's what Sundays are for. That's what the weekend is for. Am I being hunted down? I am. It's a bandit hunting me down. Go away. They're fighting in the tunnel. Okay, well, not my problem, I guess. I have this guy to talk to. Forester. Deeper into the Red Forest, eh? Just where I want to go. I think this is why I hate the... This is why I hate the Mortal Sin questline so much. Anything within Red Forest is a pain in the ass. Here come the Sin members. What's this guy? Striborg? Looks like we poked the wasp nest. They're all coming out of their little hidey holes. The cave that they like to reside in. Who's this body? Hybrid armor suit. I don't think I've ever actually tried that armor. It just doesn't look that appealing, to be honest. Not that appealing. Those special named NPCs should drop guns. Yes. That is one of my biggest, like, one of my biggest complaints with this game is like specifically that. Why? Why don't important NPCs in this game have guns? Like, you kill the leader of freedom and he's just like, he literally has like 1 coin on him and that's it. Oh my god, that has a good barrel. Holy jackpot, man. Well, that's a good find, I guess. I'm actually going to use my night vision. Maybe not have max brightness. But I do find it easier to see in the dark or in the forest with this on. Armored Hybrid is considered one of the best heavy armors. Is it now? Yeah, it would be nice if faction leaders... It would be nice if, like, faction leaders had unique weapons on them. Because, like, they don't respawn, right? You can only kill them once. So give them something unique. Right. Ah, no, man. Well, I think he's dead. Just one guy hanging around in the tunnel left. Wait, it was a loner? No, this wasn't the guy you killed. It's this guy. There we go. Yeah, if important NPCs had special loadouts or unique items, I think that would be really good. We'll just use our torch, that's good enough light for me. Surely we won't find a chimera or something. Surely. Well, this tree log was a chimera for a second. This could have been bad. Yeah, bandits don't really provide the best loot, but I guess, you know, I guess that's kind of the whole point of bandits. They are the bottom of the barrel. You know, it's kind of like sport killing them as such. You don't do it for profit. You do it for the fun of the game. God. Don't tell me that's a pseudo giant in the tunnel. That's a pseudo giant in the tunnel that I need to go into. Dude, of course. Oh, actually, I have grenade launchers. That's actually... Grenade launchers are a perfect way to kill pseudo giants. I forgot to put the grenade launcher on my gun, didn't I? Ah. Yes, of course I did. And maybe I accidentally planted the IED. God damn it. These. Elysia. Cognitive dissonance field. Interesting. Well, I need to go through this, please. Please stop dissonating my cognitive. Now my screen is blurry. With no jam chance because they're fully repaired. Guns has a jam chance. Oh, thank you, Monolith. Yes, sir. You hate the radar anomaly? I hate the radar anomaly because it's so loud. Like, God. I always run through the radar anomaly and I get jump scared by it because it's just such a loud noise. I'm really annoyed I didn't bring the grenade launcher for this gun. Blurry vision doesn't help. Oh, that's my teammate. Try not to shoot my own companion. Ugh, this psi health doesn't help. Use a rivals anomaly. There are no fringe anomalies, but I am using a rivals. I am using a rivals, and I very much like the new anomaly look. Stop moving for a second. Almost. There we go. Running low on ammo. Ain't great. What scope is this? It's just the Leopold, I believe. Yeah, Arrivals is very nice. I read it. I really do like the... I really do like how the anomalies look in Arrivals. They are pretty. Port burner anomalies. Oh, look, it's the best gun in the game. Clueless. A Gravi. Did I remember to turn off the AO? Yeah, I think so. Where is Arrival? The AO is off. Yeah, it's not on the menu. I presume it's just one of these. There you go. Cognitive dissonance fields in Arrivals. It's a Arrivals thing. Hildraff. Thank you so much for the follow. Sorry, tier 1 sub, dude. Thank you, Hildraff. That's very much appreciated. I hope you're doing well today. Why aren't these enabled? Point. Mephistotel. Yeah, thank you for the tier 1 sub, dude. That is very much appreciated. I do hope you're doing well today. Oh, great. Perfect time for a mission. Another Ash 12. Oh, finish looting these bodies first. Go back to cover. I also got a yellow stash I need to go grab. Oh great, I get to go sit in the cognitive dissonance field to survive the emission. Yeah, yeah. Jeez, man. Pick your poison, eh? Do you choose to get your brain? Do you choose to get your brain scorched outside or inside? Did they ever give it lore to why snorks are still around? What happened to snorks? I mean, why wouldn't they still be around? You know? We love our snorks. Snork, my beloved. Clueless. Let me take some psi resist while I'm sitting here. Soldiers from right when the second disaster happened. It's been multiple years since. You think all the Ipsims would have killed them all? I don't know. Maybe they have some... I don't know. Maybe they have a... I don't know. Maybe there's a way that more snorks are being made. Maybe, you know, maybe the wish granter is creating more snorks. Who knows? Oh, the cognitive field is gone. The emission deleted it. Oh yeah. Don't have to get my brain fried again. I'm gonna sneeze again, hold on. Uh-oh. Am I gonna sneeze? No. Great. Where's this stash, by the way? Over here? There it is. No, we're expert tools. Did somebody ever do the whole hip quest line? Probably. I don't think I've ever done the whole hip quest line. It's just too tedious. Like, I always do the first quest. The first quest is relatively easy and it gives you basic tools. But getting a 10 snork hands is quite annoying. Green barrel gun? Yeah, but what gun was it? What even gun was it? I probably ignored it because it was useless. PPSH. God damn it. Yippee, a working PPSH, lucky me. Free barrel? I don't think the PPSH barrel is used in much. Hey, Sturman. After the Snork hands, it's free artifacts, and then I should have waited for a few days, but you never went back. Free artifacts, eh? I know you get hip as a companion at some point. Aren't it any condition TOS? Yeah. The first quest, you need a TOS 34. No. You need a TOS 106, sorry. You need a TOS 106 in any condition. It doesn't even have to have gun parts in it. You could strip all the gun parts from the gun and give it to hip. And you also need 20 buckshot rounds. Am I using extra weapon mods? Yeah, I have my own mod pack, mod list. It's all in our Discord. 194, sorry. Wait, no, it's not... Wait. Dude, there's too many TOSs, man. Too many TOSs. It's this... It's this gun. The pump action. Yeah, the 194, not the 106. Too many TOSs, man. I don't care what anyone says. All of the TOSs suck. Okay, I know there'll be some people who will hate me for saying this, but it's true. All of the TOS shotguns suck. They all do. And don't, like, but, you know, more nostalgia and whatever. No. They suck. There was a bureau back there, apparently. Glad I jumped. Where do you have to go next? To the mine. Already cleared out the mine. The Chimera Hunter does not suck. I think the Chimera Hunter's overrated, honestly. The only good part about that gun is the ammo. Having 2 shots with a long reload is not a good trade-off. And the ammo isn't even that amazing. It's like good at best. Double barrel TOS is okay. The only good thing about the TOS 34, the double barrel TOS, is you can shoot it quickly. That's the only good thing. You can fire 2 shots really quickly. Everything else about that gun sucks ass. .12 gauge TOS is really good though. Sorry, 12 gauge slugs is really good though. Yeah. You're better off with like a normal gun, I still think. I don't have 2 of these guns. Chat, I need to go blow my nose. I'll be back in a sec. Blech. Reload of double barrel is faster than changing mag or reloading the tube. I see what you mean, but like, I think the moral of the story is that I don't recommend or like shotguns in this game. There is not a single shotgun in this game that I can honestly recommend that you use. None of them. All of them are either outclassed or are just pointless. Hold on while I just choke on some water. But yeah, I've been saying this for a while. Well, I've been saying this for a while, but I honestly don't believe that shotguns are that good in this game. I think all shotguns in this game are outclassed by better options. Right. Where do we have to go now? All the way down to here. Okay, what's the quickest route to get there? Probably through Jupiter. Grok will nerf 45 Hydrotrox soon. I don't know, I swear that people have been saying that forever and it never happens. And 45 Hydrotroc has already been nerfed. It received a damage reduction, like, recently. And it's still insane, right? 69 damage versus, like, whatever number 19 HP is. 40. They literally have to nerf HP ammo into the ground in order for shotguns to be somewhat, considerable. Because SMGs just have so many things going for them over shotguns. Right? Most SMGs are really low tier, crafting-wise, repair-wise. SMGs don't have the awkward in-between, waiting time between shots, especially found on pump-action shotguns. They typically have a higher DPS. They have greater range. They typically have better sight options. Like, the list goes on and on. I honestly don't see... Like, take this gun, for example, right? The MP9. This gun is a hand gun kit. It is the lowest repair kit. This should not be here at all, but yet it is. And I'm still using this gun as my main mutant killing gun, because it's that good. There is no shotgun that even compares to this gun. 9mm HP is fine. 9mm HP is absolutely fine where it is. If anything, it's still probably a bit too powerful. Just because the guns that shoot it are so strong. Every SMG most SMGs have a really high fire rate, which means they do a lot of damage per second. You can kill most mutants with one burst of the MP9. Barring like chimeras and such. 45 Hydroshock is absolutely insane. It used to be even more insaner, but it's still pretty damn crazy. And that's why, in my opinion, the Vector is the best gun in the game when it comes to killing mutants. I mean, if you watch my streams for any amount of time, you've probably seen me do the Chimera test with the Vector. You can kill a Chimera. You can kill a full health Chimera within one magazine of the Vector, which takes about less than half a second to empty. You can kill a full health Chimera. Like, there is no shotgun that, like... okay, maybe you can one-shot a Chimera with the KS-23, but you have to be, you have to be pretty lucky. You have to be, pretty up close, you have to just get lucky, right? The Vector consistently kill a Chimera in one magazine, every time. No, the repair kit balance in Gamma is all over the place. Don't even think about it. There are so many guns in this game that are either useless because they're too high of a repair kit, or they are way too OP because they're too low of a repair kit. And I can give you an example, right? The common example I was talking about is the RPD. This gun. The RPD, in my eyes, is completely useless. It is, for some reason, it is advanced rifle kit, right? This gun, which has low accuracy, no sight options, no suppressor options, right? It has a middling fire rate. The only good thing about it is it has a high magazine capacity. That's it. And yet it's the same, it is the exact same repair kit as the S.T.A.L.K.E.R or like the SVDS, right? Like look me straight in the eye and tell me that the RPD is on the same tier as the S.T.A.L.K.E.R, right? You can't. Simple as. Because they're not. The RPD could go down to army rifle kit and it would still be kind of underpowered. But there are just so many examples in this game of guns which are just in the wrong repair class. Yeah, LMGs are only for companions. That's normally how I play the game. I don't use LMGs. Shack should be C kit is as compared to D kits. Shack. What, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R? This gun? No, this gun no, this gun is a D kit. The ammo it shoots is really powerful. This gun is fine where it is. The S.T.A.L.K.E.R. And then, okay, on the flip side, right? On the flip side, a gun like the RPK-16, right? I personally think this gun should probably go up a tier. It's a 60 round 5.45 gun with a pretty decent fire rate and recoil pattern, right? I would call this quite a high tier rifle. And it can take good sights. I feel like this gun should go up to advanced rifle. It's way too overpowered. Right, I could find so many examples of guns in this game. I mean, yeah, take, you know, yeah. There's so many examples of guns in this game which are just in the wrong tier. Yeah, the SVD is another one. The base SVD is absolutely awful. This gun, and again, it's another advanced rifle, class D kit, whatever it's called. And this gun is dog shit abysmal. Literally dog shit abysmal. It shoots a good round, sure. It has a fire rate of 60 RPM. Why? 60 RPM. Right? That's not much more than some bolt actions. Like, what does the M700 fire rate? 38. You know, that's only 20 RPM more than a bolt action. Right? I don't know why if the fire rate was higher, then this gun would be okay where it is, but because the fire rate is so low, it's essentially a bolt action gun, and it should go in the same tier as like the SU-98. So yeah, not the Shack, you mean the other 12? Oh, the VSSK. The VSSK, I need a sharper knife. Oops. What the hell? Do you have an FG-2000? No. The VSSK is kind of okay where it is, I think, because the VSSK has buff damage over the S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Oh my god, a SR-25. Holy moly. No good barrel though, but oh well. Hey Rick. SVD needs at least a 400 RPM. Yeah, that's the other thing is the RPM is just wrong. The real life, you know, I'm not really talking about like realism here and whatnot, but in real life the SVD can shoot way faster than in Gamma. Sorry, let me just show you, for example, how slow this fire rate is, right? I'm going to click as fast as possible, right? This is how fast you can fire with this gun. Right? That is the maximum fire rate of this gun. The SVDS is a lot better. The SVDS increases the fire rate. And this gun shoots a lot faster. Right? Like, that should be the fire rate of the normal SVD, right? But it just isn't for some reason. So I'm not sure. The super rare SVD has a forward grip but the same recoil. Yeah. Is there freedom is here? I think there is. Yeah. Little rodent. Yeah, the IRL SVD shoots way quicker. The S.K.E.R is a sniper rifle with a slow bullet. I think the VSSK is fine where it is. I don't use it. I don't really like the gun, but I think it's okay where it is. Freedom and duty should be neutral in Yanov for law. Well, they were neutral in Call of Pripyat. They were neutral. I don't know. I guess it's just limitations in Anomaly or whatever. Oh my god, that's another SR-25. And I bled out because the bleeding is kind of bullshit. God damn it. There's another SR-25 though. You give the Ash-12 to companions. It's okay, I guess. Loners and military are neutral in Rostov though? Are they? Are you sure that's not a mod? I don't know why they don't do it then. I don't know. Not sure. It's in Gamma, it's on by default. Ah, I see. I see. Guy over there. Dude, do you have to stand right in front of my face? Dude, can duty like not hold anything? You know, duty and anomaly they lose Yanov. Duty and Stalker 2 they lose Army Warehouse. Like are duty completely incompetent? I guess the answer is just yes.
Слушаю тебя.
So this guy also have an SR-25? No, yes, that gun. I already have that gun. Gamma lore is cooked. Gamma doesn't really have lore. The quote-unquote lore of Gamma is purely an afterthought. Which, I'm not saying that as like a complaint, because, you know, Gamma has always been a gameplay-first game, which, you know, is perfectly fine. But don't even begin to, you know, think about the lore of this game. Because that's not where the effort was put into. Where am I going? You need to go to Truck Cemetery, so the bar. There should be a duty base in the north. There should be a clear sky base in the north. I've been saying this for so long. If any faction needs a northern base, it is Clear Sky. Clear Sky have no presence in the zone except for the far corner of Great Swamps, which is such like a annoying place to get to. Buy a knife? I remember. So putting a Clear Sky base in the north. I mean, I'm trying to think of locations where they could go, right? Like, I don't know, maybe put a base. I feel like there's some space in Jupiter, right? Like, where could they go in Jupiter? They could occupy this place. The checkpoint here. I know there's sometimes bandits there, but... Yeah, bandits have a base in Jupiter here. Lemonsk would be funny for Clear Sky base. The thing is, there's not really any base-type buildings in Lemonsk. There isn't really a centralized point where they could have a base. Lemonsk is mainly just houses. So, I'm not sure. Can I use my Ash 12? I think I disassembled all the ammo for it, so... I probably should use it anyway. I don't have much ammo. But, yeah. Clear Sky need a base somewhere else that isn't the middle of nowhere. Then they would be a playable faction. Oh, dude, I brought the grenade launcher rounds, but I forgot the ammo. Obviously. There's my grenade launcher. Give it to me. You have to go to Needle in the Haystack. The other faction that needs a base somewhere is Renegades. As much as I hate Renegades, they kind of do need like a centralized base. Because they are kind of just pointless at the moment. They just wander around every now and then. Truck Cemetery yellow stashes are good. Truck Cemetery has one of the highest chances for advanced tools. So, getting a yellow stash in Truck Cemetery is normally pretty good. Knife? I don't know if you can buy a better knife from this trader. Maybe you can.
Чем могу помочь, Stalker?
Buy a hammer. Oh, you can. Let's see. 65 to 85%. 55, 70. 75 to 98. Yeah, sure, we'll get the cream of the crop. Shiny. Renegade's pointlessness is like lore-based. They just trash brought in from other groups. They don't even have a kind of centralized organization. Yeah. I don't know, they should have at least a hideout or something. Dude, that would be one of my dreams come true for this game. It's never gonna happen because it's so much effort, but one of my dreams for this game is if every single faction in this game had a custom storyline. That would be amazing. Like, if you play as every faction and each one has some sort of storyline that is, somewhat linked to the faction itself, like, if you play as bandits, you do a bunch of missions where you, like, you hold up people and, steal stuff and, bandit things. I would absolutely love that, but unfortunately it's just, yeah, it would be too much effort to make something like that. Okay, renegades being the monolith of the south make absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. Even without, like, law reasons, military already exist. Military are already the hard tier enemies of the south, right? They typically have good armor and good guns, and you can find them, you can find them in Cordon. So we don't need another hard faction. How did that hit me? I was so far away. Gling, thank you for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well today. Should have repaired my Ash 12. I always forget which bus this one is in. Oh my god. Jeez, man. I'm down. Speak of the devil. Look who it is. Look who it was. What mod do I use for companion health bar? I think it's already in Gamma. The I can't remember what it's called, but it's like simple companion health or something. I'm pretty sure it's already in Gamma though. No, renegades don't have a base in Truck Cemetery. No, I'm pretty sure. They could, but no. Ugh, which bus is this in again? It's like the one over here or something. I don't know. You say as of recent leisure, but look, I've been following the Gamma update cycle for too long now, and there's always been questionable parts of updates. Things that just don't make much sense. It's always been a part of the whole Gamma update cycle. I wouldn't really say it's necessarily a new thing. Where the hell is this thing? Let me check these. It's not all the way back there here, is it? This feels too far away. Where are my batteries? No, the heavy magazines is a fine change. That's not one of the glaring issues with Gamma updates. That one's fine. But yeah, it's stuff like adding Sin to Miracle Machine. Adding Sin to the Miracle Machine is a very questionable choice. The whole point of the Miracle Machine is it's meant to be a mutant sort of gauntlet, right? Throwing Sin into the mix, especially like that early on in a run, just doesn't really make much sense. It's like if, you know, it's like if Monolith could spawn in Army Warehouse. Like that would, not Army Warehouse, sorry, Cordon. Right, that just wouldn't make sense. What mod are you using for PDA animations? Exclamation mark PDA. Where do I have to go? Back to Red Forest. Yeah, I forgot how much of a back and forth this quest line is. Again, another reason why I just don't like it. Like, the Mortal Sin is just like a glorified fetch quest. Go here, go here, go here. Now go here. How's my minimap so big? I think it's normal size. I haven't changed it. It's probably just easier to take the guide back. ISG and Army Warehouse. Yeah, you can see ISG and Army Warehouse. Very rarely, but it does happen. Monolith is a bit more common. ISG and Army Warehouse is fine, to be fair. Considering it's quite rare, I don't really, yeah, there's not really much problem with that. Yeah, they are quite tricky, but they're not. There's normally not a lot of them, and, you know. Army Warehouse is amazing for farming. The other place is Wild Territory. Farming mercenaries in Wild Territory is great. But Army Warehouse is too because of the freedom base. Default Gamma? No, I do have I do have my own mod pack, but I don't remember. The only thing I have is Dyna HUD, which all that does is turn my HUD on and off if I'm not using it. But I don't think I have any HUD. I don't think I have anything that changes the compass or minimap. Or companion bar. I don't think. You hate mercenaries? Mercenaries are good loot pinatas. So are freedomers. My minimap is different than default, is it? Oh. I'm sorry, I really don't know what changed it. I probably installed a mod like 2 years ago and never got rid of it. That's just what my Gamma install is at this point. I don't think it's the eGPU. GUI, sorry. It's probably Lion's mod. You know what? It's probably Lion's minimap. I'm sure he made. Yeah, simplified minimap. That's what it's called. And I believe it's that you can find it in the Gamma Discord server. It's not enhanced GUI. Let's go take the guide up. About to find the wish granter. Thanks for all the good videos. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. I'm glad they were of use.
Привет.
Let's go to Jupiter. Does he know? What do you mean? Oh, about the wish granter. Yeah, you should make a wish at the wish granter. Nothing bad will happen. Trust me. Top mods of the month when? When I start making videos again? Maybe. And like I said, if I start making videos again, I do want to, but you know, there is a small chance that I don't, but if I start making videos again, I do want to kind of pivot towards Stalker 2. Since it is the new, you know, it is the newer game. Right? I can't keep playing old stuff forever. And with Stalker 2 mod support coming out soon, I feel like, you know, it's almost the right time to jump. Third Gamma run? Hell yeah, dude. How did you miss that? That was a tree. You don't have much faith in Stalker 2 having a future? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Why? Tell me why. Because I honestly think quite the opposite. And that's not just me being hopeful. You know, GSC has already shown after the, you know, over the, I mean, think how many updates Stalker 2 has had over the past 6 months, right? You know, the game released 6 months ago, and the game has already had, like, what? I mean, what version is the game on? Stalker. They haven't had an update for a while. I think there's something big coming soon. Yeah, 1.3.1. You know, there's been at least like 5 major updates for Stalker 2 in the last like 6 months, right? And they've recently released a roadmap for the next quarter. So they have a clear plan of what they're working on. So I don't know. The only, as long as they keep what they're doing, I don't see Stalker 2 kind of slowing down. Well, obviously it's going to slow down because, you know, it's not new anymore, but I don't see it dying as such. Or not having a future, as you put it. Right? Like, there's still things to come for Stalker 2, which are kind of big hurdles, right? You know, we got the mod SDK that they're busy working on as we speak. We got also 2 new weapons. It will be interesting, but we also got I know this isn't really a big thing for some people, but there's you know, there is the multiplayer mode that they have promised us that will be, you know, I expect them to release at some point. So there's that to look forward to. They also said that this game will have DLCs and expansion packs, so, you know, further story content. There's also that to look forward to. Like, just because the game has been released doesn't mean all of the content is that they're going to provide us is there, right? There's still additional expansions that they're looking to do. It's not over yet as such. There's still future content. So, in my eyes, right, in my eyes, if GSC keep doing what they have been doing, I don't see why Stalker 2 won't have a future. As you put it. You totally forgot about multiplayer? Yeah, that's because Stalker 2 is primarily a single player game. Right? I don't really have much expectations for the multiplayer. You know. I mean, it would be cool if they do something unique with Stalker 2 multiplayer, but at the same time, I'm not really disappointed if they don't do anything unique. Because Stalker 2 is, you know, first and foremost, it's a single-player game. The Stalker games have always been single-player games. I know there was multiplayer in the original game, but again, that wasn't the main focus. So, I think the multiplayer will be interesting to look at, but yeah, unless they actually do something interesting with it, I really don't mind too much if it's kind of just like a, you know, a fun sort of side game mode as such. I think people are more interested in, you know, DLCs and expansions. Stuff that actually expands the storyline. And potentially the map. So. And then, yeah, that's obviously not talking about the modding scene. You know, once they release some SDK, and if they have, you know, if they have good communication with modders, then a lot of potential is there for Stalker 2 when it comes to, you know, the future. So we'll see. I don't think it's a, I don't know, I can't personally say that I think Stalker 2 doesn't have a future. That's my take. Game design itself. If the original Stalker had an idea about the design of their game structure, then the modern developers seem to have no idea. The original Stalker had a stable platform of mods. Not on release. I'm pretty sure there weren't... most of the major mods for Stalker didn't come out until a couple years after its release. The game wasn't... I'm pretty sure the game wasn't a day one moddable thing. As much as it is today. And do not ever use the word stable when talking about Stalker. You know, I may not have played the Stalker on release, but I've heard nothing but bad things about those games on release. So I don't think you should use the word stable anywhere near that. I think people forget because it's just been so long. You know, it's been like, what, 18 years since the games have released. I feel like there's probably some rose-tinted glasses going on there. Because I have not heard anything good about the release of Stalker, the original release. Yeah. I think it's just been so long since the first games have come out that I think most people have forgotten how, you know, how Stalker games truly are, as such. Situation report. Oh, we have to go all the way back to Army Warehouse again. Boy, I love running around the map doing nothing. Yeah. I mean, you are correct about A life. I do think, you know, I do think Stalker 2 is severely missing A life. That, you know, that is correct. But the stuff about, I need to go this way. The stuff about, you know, comparing it to the original games, I think is just incorrect. I don't think Stalker 2 is fundamentally broken in any way. In fact, I kind of think quite the opposite. You know, I think the fundamental, the story and and the gameplay of Stalker 2 are there. It's just missing a few components, you know, stuff like A-Life and such. Oh. Uh-oh. Yep. I didn't mean to just run in like this. I was distracted, I was reading chat. But there'll be people here. Go away. Using AP rounds now, aren't I? No, it's not behind me. Another artifact. No, I don't think... Again, I can't speak from experience, but from what I've heard, I don't think Stalker 2 was that mod-friendly... Sorry. I don't think the original Stalker game, Shadow of Chernobyl, I don't think it was that mod-friendly when it was first released. I think a lot of the modding tools and frameworks that we know today were developed years after the release of Shadow of Chernobyl. The way you're saying it makes it sound like the game had day one modding support. You know, like direct modding support. When in reality, I'm pretty sure that wasn't true. I'm pretty sure it took people a good couple of years to you know, truly work with the Stalker engine and game and stuff. And again, I think it's probably better because we never actually got... Stalker doesn't have a SDK. The original Stalker games don't have a SDK. All of the mods from Stalker are third-party stuff, right? Stalker 2 will be the first Stalker game that has a first-party modding tool. You know, made by the people who made the game. And sure, you know, we had to wait some time for it to come out, but, you know, good things come to those who wait. I think, yeah, I get what you're saying, Lily, but I think my only response to that is it's just times change, right? Stalker 2 is a much more complicated game than the original Stalker games when it comes to just, you know, the engine and stuff, right? You know, most games that released in 2007, you could just open up a text file and you mod the stuff, right? But these days, it's just standards have changed, right? Things have gotten more advanced. It's not... Yeah, that's just how things work, right? Like, if we were still using standards from 2007, then, you know, video games would still... They wouldn't have progressed at all. So, of course, things are going to get a bit more complicated over time, especially if you're not, you know, highly knowledgeable, or even knowledgeable at all in the area. Oh, hello? S.T.A.L.K.E.R had mods days after release to put back in cut mutants. Yeah, but that's not true modding support, is it? I mean, Stalker 2 had mods released on the release day, right? But they aren't proper mods, right? Those are kind of just like janky modifications. That's what I'm talking about, you know? Most games have day one mods, but they're normally mods that don't touch the game too... They don't inject themselves too deeply, if you get what I mean. right? You know, it'll be stuff like changing spawn percentages or, you know, changing easy to change values. It took a good amount of time until we started seeing proper mods for Stalker. You know, stuff like new storylines, right? New maps. A lot of the first mods are just normal, like, simple changes and text changes and stuff, right? Any game on release can have that sort of stuff. It took quite a few years for the original Stalker games to have in-depth modding support. And that's what the SDK is aiming to do, right? Like, I'm purely speaking from what I've heard. This is not from experience, but I would say that we got better support for modding for Stalker 2 than the original game had, right? Because it's only 6 months, you know, presuming the SDK releases over the next couple of months, it's been under a year until we get a proper SDK for Stalker 2, right? Like, I can guarantee you that within a year of the first Stalker game, there weren't these massive scale mods that the SDK will allow us to do. Right? You know, again, this is all presumptuous. This is all presuming that GSC will make a good SDK, which, you know, I have hope, right? You know, if they work closely with the community, which, you know, they have proven that they do have quite a close communication with the community, then they can make quite an effective SDK for Stalker 2. Which is leagues and bounds ahead of what support we got for the original Stalker game. There was no SDK for Stalker, the original Stalker game. There really weren't any developer tools distributed to the public freely to allow modifications of the game. The majority of modifications for the original Stalker games were made by other modders, and it normally took them quite a long time to make, because they had to, you know, understand everything first. I think the reason why you see so many mods for Stalker 2 already is just because of how popular it is on launch. The original Stalker game, you know, as popular as it was, I don't think the original Stalker game on launch was as popular as Stalker 2 was. I think that's a fair statement, right? Like, back in 2007, I mean, how many copies sold of Stalker Shadow Chernobyl was within, like, the first week or month? I don't even know if you can find this information. But I'm pretty sure Stalker 2 would have a bigger, you know, more people would have bought Stalker 2 on release than Shadow Chernobyl on release. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why you see so many more mods on release. It's because more people are playing it, so therefore there's more interest to mod it. So... But yeah, I don't know. That's purely my take on it. I'm just looking forward to the future of Stalker 2. I think there's quite a bit of content in the future for the game, and, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm interested to see where GSC will take the game. You know, I think they've definitely shown their dedication. Some 2 million of copies were sold by 2008. How many copies has Stalker 2 sold? I swear they sold like 1 million within a month or something. Let me have a look. I swear they made a post about it. Okay, there you go. Stalker 2 hits 1.4 million copies sold on Steam in 4 days. Yeah, okay. If going by your number of 2 million copies of Shadow Chernobyl in a year, then, and this is only on Steam as well, right? Going by this number. Right. 1 million 1 million copies sold in 2 days. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Stalker 2 had a lot more interest or hype surrounding it than Shadow Chernobyl did when on release. Right? No. Stalker. God damn it, it's showing me Stalker 2. I just search sales. No, total sales. I don't even know if there's information regarding this. That's the thing. Here we go, 2008. Yeah, according to this article, does it say on Wikipedia? Oh, for Stalker 2. Oh no. When did Stalker Shadow Chernobyl release? What day did this release? 2007, but when? March 2007. And this was written in February. Okay, so let's say this is a year, right? They're saying that 1.6 million was sold in a year. So the same number of copies sold in a year of Shadow Chernobyl, Stalker 2 sold in 4 days. Or 5 days, probably. Right? That's pretty impressive, to be honest. So, yeah. Pretty impressive. Revival. Monka. DuckDuckGo user. I just hate Google. Google is so shit with the AI thing, right? Like you search anything now, like how big is a duck? For example. I don't go to Google Maps. I could give you an infinite list of why Google sucks ass, but like my latest hatred is Google's AI thing. The first result, I may not show it here, but if you go search something on Google, the first result will be like an AI assist thing. And it will literally just be a copy of Wikipedia or something. Or some random comment somewhere that makes no sense. And it's so stupid. Like, just show me the first result, please. I don't care about, you know. No, I'm not saying, I'm not comparing it and saying like, oh, look how much better Stalker 2 is. I'm comparing it to say, my initial point was, why does Stalker 2 have so many mods on release despite not having mod support? Minus AI in the search bar to remove it. I don't want to have to type minus AI on every single search. How about you make it optional, right? How about you have it off by default? And I have to turn it on if I want to see the shitty AI answer. I don't use Opera. I use Opera on stream because I don't use it, if that makes sense. It's not my, yeah. It doesn't have any of my private information on it, so that's why I use Opera. I don't really like Opera, to be honest. Until they sponsor me. If they pay me money, then I like Opera, but I'm not a fan of Opera. There's a bunch of things that peeves me off. I use Firefox. I've always been a Firefox user. I hate Chrome. Didn't Chrome ban ad blockers recently as well? Yippee. I love being forced ads down my throat. I don't like Opera. I can't. I would not use Opera on my own. Unless they pay me. I use Firefox. To be fair, Opera is basically just Chrome. They both use Chromium. So they're basically the same thing. Opera just has a bunch of distractions as well. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Firefox has less extensions, but at least it's more loyal to its users. I've never really had an issue with extensions on Firefox. I've always found stuff that I need. Most Google Chrome extensions normally get ported to Firefox. Anyway, Internet Explorer was completely dog shit. Don't even begin to talk about it. Even Microsoft replaced Internet Explorer with Chrome, effectively. Edge is just Chrome. Microsoft Edge is literally just Chrome. It's just Chromium with a different skin. Yeah, I swear ad blockers got blocked on Chrome, Google Chrome. I don't like Brave browser because of the whole like crypto thing. It just feels weird. Like, I don't really... I know you can turn it off, but like it just... I don't know, it's a bit like suspicious. Anyway, chat. I think that'll be it for today. Chrome more or less killed ad blockers off, yeah. You shouldn't use the internet without an ad blocker. It's literally like internet safety 101, always have an ad blocker on. And it's not just to, you know, block ads, it's literally to protect yourself. Because there are a lot of malicious ads and trackers. As well as just making websites load faster. Ad blocking is an essential part of using the internet. Like, simple as. So yeah, that's your TED talk for today. You should be using an ad blocker, simple as. If you're not using one, you're putting yourself at risk. Even if you don't click on any ads, you're just still at risk from trackers and such. But yeah. Anyway, chat, I will see you on Friday. Friday is Friday? Yeah, Friday will be the next stream. So I hope everyone has a good week. I hope everyone takes care. Takes care? Yeah. Yeah. I hope everyone takes care. And I hope to see you on Friday, guys. Hope to see you then. Take care, chat. Have a good one. Bye-bye.